the actual show and everything in between came so fast. But I had a really great time. How about you, Jake and Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, Brian, you sold out pretty quickly, right? So what did you do for the rest of the show?
I mean, I wouldn't say I sold out quickly. I didn't sell to any dealers or anything like that right off the bat, so I had a decent amount of knives. I ended up selling out, I guess, 3/4 the way through the second day, so...
Oh, okay.
You know Brian had a good day because we got one of the heartfelt Instagram posts, and I feel like those only come after Brian has had a good sales.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, you seemed genuinely pretty happy in that post.
Well, I don't know if people are getting smarter or what it is, but there was like a fraction of the fucking morons that normally show up there.
I think you have this show to blame for that. Everyone has been on their best behavior because of it.
Yeah, they're terrified of upsetting you.
Well, I mean, if anyone who's listening to Knife Podcasts is hearing us and then Mark of the Maker doing their Blade Show etiquette, and then another Blade Show etiquette right before Blade Show. So 2 years in a row now, they've done a show just about not dripping your sweaty grease all over the Maker's tables and not driving one of those mobility scooters directly into a wall of swords.
Okay. Hold on, it's a based in reality.
I saw this very large man in a tie-dye shirt and overalls about to tip over asleep on the third day, sitting at the entrance. It was cartoonish. And it wasn't Jake. This person was about 4 times the size of Jake. And I happened to be walking around with Tim Reeve, and we were daring each other to go tip him. That's pretty much sums up the last day of.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like Sunday.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, lots of great knives, lots of great people, some terrible food.
Why was that?
Just the restaurant experiences down there during Blade Show. Not very good. I mean, on the first night we went to Papacito's where the food was amazing, but the wait was ridiculous.
I mean, you have thousands of sweaty men who will probably want to eat a lot, judging by the description of those people that you said were there.
Yeah, but that's not the problem though. It's weird. By the time they brought us into the restaurant, it was 3/4 empty.
Yeah.
And I know because we're in the South, they're like run half the speed that we do in New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
But it was pathetic. And that's not the only restaurant. Every restaurant I went to was the same way.
I will agree with that. There's definitely a lackadaisical attitude towards food service.
Boo.
Everyone was pleasant though. No one was mean. Gotta say.
Except for our.
Except for our
lady
hotel
at the counter in our hotel who kept having to reprogram our key cards.
Oh, and then she's the same one that blamed me every single time. Well, not every. The last time I went, one time they said they had to reset the key stuff, and they apologized and did everything. And then I got the other lady, and she was just mean. She gave me this whole lecture about how to use a hotel room key.
Wow.
And I was
Sounds like the Suite of Embassy wasn't that great this year.
The Suite of Embassy will go down in infamy as one of the worst places I've ever stayed in my life.
It does not sound like you had the true ambassadorial experience.
Especially since my right leg is covered in bedbug bites.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I had no problems with it.
It turns out this is the worst hotel stay of both of our lives, I think.
There's bedbugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm so happy I didn't go.
Bedbugs alone.
Yeah,
did you get bit too, Jake?
I did not, but I've seen Levon's leg both in person and updated photos, and it's kind of horrifying if that's one of your triggers, like hotel beds. And I mean, I was worried about the semen personally.
I just find it hard to believe that one person, 3 people staying in a room, one person gets them all over his ankles, and then the other people get nothing.
Well, I don't know what to say.
It's Levon. I mean, he might have done it to himself for attention. I don't know.
Yeah, you know me.
Maybe he sleepwalked out of the building? I don't know.
And dipped my leg in their vats of bed bugs that they keep on hand.
I remember staying at the Embassy Suites as a kid. They had a free happy hour, which is pretty dope. Sounds like it's
They still do have a free happy hour.
Do they really?
But this must have been a free happy hour for the insects that attacked my leg.
the place is still nice, and the rooms are still 10 times bigger than the average like $150 a night hotel room.
So y'all not going back next year?
Bedbugs is a deal breaker. No, we're going to the damn
the Waverly.
We're going to the main place.
It's
that way I can roll down the.
Yeah, it seems way better to be at the Waverly.
Jake can just walk up and go to bed every hour on the hour without having to make it a big deal, you know?
That's true.
Yep.
Although I will say this, Jake did a much better time of being active this time.
I didn't hear.
Well, he wasn't dying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had
he didn't.
No illnesses.
No feigning of a heart attack or anything like that. Everything went pretty smoothly. Did he get up and go to the show with me every morning? No.
I did see the picture of him eating a hamburger in bed, so I was very afraid. I thought the worst when that happened.
The earliest we ate dinner was like 11:30 p.m. So
I feel like it was later than that.
And by the way, I think it was only one day, Levon, that I didn't go with you. And remind everyone what I did when I stayed back while you went and enjoyed the show. What did I do?
What are you talking about?
Got rid of the bed bugs? Doesn't sound like it.
No, if I had known about
on the last day, he slept in, but he also, packed the car up and checked out. So,
martyr.
Yeah, he martyred for our sins there.
Not the first time.
No.
How was it staying with Aaron? He looked colorful as usual.
Aaron is he's kind of a great guest. He cleans up after himself. He's pleasant, quiet. You wouldn't even know he was there.
I don't want to see that video, Brian.
Unless he's brandishing a gun.
Yeah, what was the gun situation this year? A little less dangerous?
I don't think there was a gun situation.
Oh, nice. Wow, you guys really grew up. Look how 1 year changes.
Yeah. And we're really happy about that. We had some, before we get into knives, like just the antics outside the show.
There are some videos that say it all.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at that one of you naked, Jake.
I've seen it. That is not going on Instagram because I don't want our account to get locked. But I did post up a lot of videos in the story. I made, what are those things called? Where you can save the stories.
Memories?
No.
Highlights?
Highlights, yeah. Highlights. There are a bunch of highlights there of the knives that were fondled, and as well as some of the antics that we had with Adam Purvis, Aaron, son of a Critch on Instagram. Matt Critchley is his actual name. And
there was another Matt as well at times.
Yeah, another Matt who looked like the yodeling cowboy kid, only a little bit older.
Cowboy Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
And I'm not remembering it.
That was a good time. We also gathered together with a whole bunch of the knife review crew.
I did see the Bladeology podcast really hitting the streets hard.
Of course. I mean, let's be on
their literal permanent vacation.
We went.
Someone give me their fucking tax returns. How are they on a permanent vacation?
I don't know.
Do they have jobs?
No.
They just traveled the country together? I don't like any two people that much to ever spend as much time together as they spend together.
I gotta tell you, I had a great time hanging out with Elijah, Nick, and
I don't know how they do it. Who is financing this?
It's a PVK sort of situation. They're permanent. You know how we're sponsored by PVK? They're really sponsored.
Permanently sponsored by PVK.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, glad to hear business is good.
Oh yeah, everything was good there. Spent some time with a lot of great people. Saw some really cool knives. Came home with some really cool knives. And it was just a memorable trip in general. One of the highlights I gotta point out was our rental car situation.
Oh, how was the Equus?
Oh, it was amazing. It was flawless. We used Turo for the first time, and we're not even sponsored by them, like Doug DeMauro.
No shit, we're not sponsored by them.
But that was an excellent way to travel. I am thrilled with that.
Only the best for the Knife Nuts podcast.
I hope I didn't leave any bed bugs in it.
I was gonna say leave a sticker, but bed bugs could be our new logo.
It could happen.
At least for the Blade Show episode, there's got to be bed bugs involved.
Thanks.
I'd rather not.
Just Levon in a fumigation suit.
What's that old like board game where the bed bugs would like sort of? Isn't it just called bed bugs? Where you'd use the tweezers to pull the bed bugs off of the.
This sounds like Operation.
It is
like
very much like
Operation.
It's like Operation, but they all vibrate on this.
Oh
this
my God, you're right.
Table.
I shouldn't even have doubted you. There is a game called Bedbugs.
Yeah. See, I know these things.
Yeah, didn't have that one in my youth.
I did. But I guess we should talk about knives. I just don't know where to begin. Should we talk about what we acquired? I still want to talk about the fact that we hung out a lot with some of the review crew, I should say. So hung out with Nick Shabazz, Frunky was there, all of the usual suspects. Not the usual suspects network, but you know what I mean. So it was a definite who's who of knife debauchery.
And only one of them wore a GIMP mask.
And only one wore a GIMP mask.
Did you get to meet the man, the myth, the legend?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was he wearing the mask the entire time?
No, not when I was talking to him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he could reveal his identity like that.
He was walking around without a mask. I think he only did that when he was, signing autographs.
Oh, okay.
I
I don't know how far the fetish goes, so it's good to see.
Right. Other than that, some cool stuff. Let's see. I entered one lottery.
Which one was it?
I entered.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I entered one lottery. It was for the Chris Reeve knives, Shirogorov, Hati.
Oh, the one you won.
Yeah, I won that lottery.
You're so lucky, dude.
Yeah, that's incredible luck.
You guys are douchebags.
You didn't win it, dude.
Hang on.
It happened.
I'm Googling how to say congratulations in Armenian.
Yeah, definitely look that up. Or like, hey, how do I win the lottery immediately in Armenian?
No, that's not what happened, though.
How did you get Tim in on your Armenian conspiracy over here?
So it was funny because Tim was actually standing with me. Tim and I were we were over at his booth, and he was like, we got to go to that the Shiro lottery. I'm like, okay, let's go. And my name was the first name picked out of there. And it was the same little ticket that I wrote. It wasn't like, it seems like they would have to do a lot to like rig it so that I would win. It doesn't make any sense.
It seems that way, yeah. But
why do you think they put so much effort into it?
You guys are douchebags.
I mean, it's so transparent, man. What do you expect us to do?
I don't think it is.
I mean, we're not sponsored by Recon 1. When they start sponsoring us, then we'll start saying that it was a completely fair and just lottery.
It's exactly what everybody bitches about when a lottery happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just try to be the same ethnicity as the people that are, I don't know, running the
I
lottery.
will tell you, okay, here's the part that was suggestive, okay, and I will say this. Because I genuinely don't think that the picking me was...
So you just win every Recon 1 lottery you enter?
That is not true.
2 different Shirogorovs. You got the, what was it? The Pero? The one before that? The Russian Hokkaido?
Yeah.
3, actually.
So 3 now. Wow.
Okay.
You're so lucky, man.
So this one, I didn't know which one to pick because obviously I was the first person to pick, right? So I got to pick the one Chris Reeve Hati that I wanted. And I was like, I don't know. And they're all yelling at me in Armenian to pick the middle one. So I picked the middle one. And that was the one with the night sky on it.
Yeah, it's a classic classic graphic from them.
And, like, it's not my normal aesthetic for a knife, but the more you look at it, the more it is pretty amazing looking.
I mean, it's going to be a piece of history. I just, when you teased that there was going to be a Shirogorov Chris Reeve collaboration, I was going in a much different direction in my head.
I mean, I had no idea what it was. I just knew there was something happening.
Did not expect this. I'm both pleased and disappointed. I definitely thought it was going to be like a design made by Shirogorov from CRK.
Here's what I think. I think it's...
This is a more logical collaboration.
It's a safe way to play, and as time goes on, I think you'll see more happen between them. It could be cool. Some of the other stuff I handled at the Shirogorov table, like the 110 with the kickstop.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Holy shit. I really, really love that.
I mean, Shirogorov makes really good knives, and Sergey won an award this year, unsurprisingly.
So you know what I did? I was thinking to myself when I got that knife. I said, you know what I ought to do while I'm here, because the certificate has the Chris Reeve logo and the Shirogorov logo. I was like, when else am I going to get a chance to have this autographed by both of these people?
That was pretty smart.
Yeah, so I had Sergey sign the Shirogorov side and Tim sign the Chris Reeve side.
That was definitely a smart move from a resale perspective.
Well, I can't afford to keep it, so there's that.
I'm guessing they were not inexpensive.
It was not cheap.
Nothing else that you got, I assume, even came close to that price when I look at your haul.
No, it was definitely the...
Yeah, there was no customs this year.
Right. There's the Tuch Sparrowhawk. I got one of those.
Oh, okay. I forgot that it's so little in comparison to the fifth above it.
I love that freaking knife, dude. The Sparrowhawk. I carried that. That was my Blade Show carry the whole time.
It's a nice little knife.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's such a neat little thing.
Yeah, that is a cool one to finally get.
But yeah, that Shiro definitely was like, well, I guess I'm paying for this now.
That one broke the bank pretty badly. Is that the CKF fifth?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Damn, that's a nice knife too. They were
so
expensive.
That one I didn't necessarily plan on buying right away. I thought I was getting a really good deal on it from Custom Knife Factory, but it turned out to be
the normal price.
Pretty much the normal price, minus a little bit. And I was like, I misheard him as I was counting the money, and I'm like,
no.
So I was like, God damn it!
That kind of sucks. I mean, it's a really nice knife.
Oh, it's just. Let me just say this: it's worth every penny. The amount of zerk, the finish work, everything on it is gorgeous, and it's an amazing knife. It's huge.
Yeah, I didn't know it was. Especially in comparison to the Sparrowhawk, it's.
The Sparrowhawk is small. Let's just put it that way. The fifth is enormous.
It looks bigger than the Hati.
It is bigger than the Hati.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Amazingly,
they still managed to forget Loctite on the pivot. Which
That's true. It was basically touching the side before the end of the day.
The first time he handed it to me, brand new knife,
I barely touched it.
Yeah, I just put my finger on the hardware and spun it, and it just came right out.
I mean, I'm of two minds about using Loctite on knives, but when they're first being sold to the customer. But that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean,
you at least have to do something. If it's not one of the rare knives that uses a bushing where you can just crank down on it, you got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be unscrewing itself.
It just fell out within the first hour.
It should not be disassembling itself like Ace Hood's watch on the red carpet.
Yeah, someone handed it to me. I think it was Critchley handed it to me careful, it's a guillotine. And I was like, what?
It was a guillotine.
Yeah, because when you unlock the lock, it just,
it's nice.
So the stuff I brought back a lot more knives than I expected to.
Yeah.
But not expensive ones.
Yeah, I didn't.
Nothing super crazy besides the Hati.
No, but I did buy.
Sparrowhawks ain't cheap, man.
Yeah, Sparrowhawks ain't cheap.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. It is a Tuch custom.
Between the two Wii knives that I purchased another Liong Ma, the fifth, and the Sparrowhawk, and a couple of knives from Mom. She got a purple UTX 70.
Ooh, I see that.
Double edge. We got one of the. She also got one of the white. I think it's a Abalone. Kershsaw autos, the Matt Diskin one.
Yep. I had no idea that was Matt Diskin.
Yeah, Matt Diskin did those for the show in a whole bunch of different inlays.
That's cool.
I got a couple of knives from Blade Runner Systems, the Nova Blades collab, and their new auto, which the name escapes me for the moment. It's called the Warhead, and that's a very, very snappy auto. Very, very cool.
Yeah, and then what else you get? Yeah, that's everything. You get the Synergy, which we talked about at length last episode.
Yeah, I went back and forth to the Wii table quite a bit because they had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you got the weird finish one, by the way.
I know I did, and I really wanted the carbon fiber inlaid one, but they didn't have it anymore. Plus, I handled it, and the carbon fiber was raised on there. It wasn't flush.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't really like it as much. And I said, I'll get something different with the little flame sperm on it.
That is an appropriate description of it.
But I kind of like it in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's well done.
It's a thin integral, and it's just such a tight little package that I liked it better personally without the inlay. But it's just such a little.
They also had an
thing.
Tanto as well.
The Tanto looks pretty horrible by
I
my taste,
didn't like
but
the Tanto. They were telling me, "Oh, you should get the Tanto." I'm
Nope.
like, no.
Who was telling you that?
A lot of people. I mean, it was a very.
I was going to say, was we trying to hustle them? Because
we was definitely trying to hustle them.
it does not look as good, and neither are sold out at GP Knives right now.
And I met Jim O. Young, the guy who designed it originally.
Oh shit.
And he asked to have his picture taken with me.
That's bizarre.
Yeah,
But
it was weird, but
all
he was
power
a
to him.
nice old man.
Yeah.
It's not bizarre anymore, Dave. If you came to shows, you would understand.
Yeah.
I think he got his picture taken with everyone.
Okay.
But,
It's very endearing.
It's a
I
cool
don't know.
knife. It's a cool story, and that's another cool piece to have for historical purposes.
I'll thank Killer Steel too, because he went and made sure that my stuff got autographed because I had to be somewhere at a certain time, and Jordan Killer Steel actually went over and made sure the knife got taken care of, which was cool.
Yeah. What else did you get?
I got an Arrakis finally. I really like that knife.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see what else.
The-
The Liong Ma.
Yeah, the kitchen. Are those finally coming out?
I think they're the next to hit. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I fucking love that knife.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so good.
I think
It's got everybody's making fun of its little Teletubby flipper tab, but I'm sure Brian can attest. He was playing with it too. It works great.
It's a good way
It
to
works.
describe
It works great. It's a nice knife. That thing is a little. I don't know if I don't really like that part.
I agree. It's a little weird, but when you're hanging out with it and using it and fondling it,
it works.
It works nice.
They've
good.
definitely hit a stride between that one and the last Liong Ma that you guys both got.
The
What
Field
was the name
Duty?
of that again, the Field Duty.
Yeah.
Those were both. They're both just spot on in construction and inlays and the action and the weight and the field and the grind. Everything I thought was.
I think between
spot
Brian's collaborations and Liong's are some of the best production knives you can get.
Yeah, Riot has really stepped it up even further.
I went and messed with a lot of the production knives too. Riot had the Jack 2 there.
Yep.
The one that I did detective work on before they showed anything. I was like, that's like a 2-piece blade, isn't it? 2-piece blade, 1-piece handle. What kind of world are we living in?
Is it
dogs and cats living together?
Is it any less ugly in person?
It's a little bit less ugly. I mean, notice I didn't buy one.
Yeah, I saw that Austin got one, and I was
Austin.
somewhat
He was
surprised.
standing there with me when we were looking at him, and he seemed to like it more than I did.
I mean, yeah, he bought one. I don't.
It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's really well done for what it is, but I just didn't care for the look so much.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one for sure, and I imagine it's not cheap either.
It was around 420 bucks.
Oh, so like
It's not
normal
it wasn't
yacht
too
prices.
bad.
Okay, I just assumed it would be like dramatically more expensive.
No, I mean the ones with the Timascus and stuff. I mean those were $12.50.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah. I mean that seems to be the theme of this was production knives with Damasteel and Timascus. It was everywhere.
At the Wii booth, there was a lot of
Oh
crazy
my god, there's
stuff.
so much of it.
We also added their own Chinese Damascus to the lineup that looked really good. Obviously, I can't say anything
For the
about its
Civivi
performance.
Yeah,
For the
they're
Civivi line.
stainless.
It's a stainless Damascus,
or Civivi,
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because how are they doing a $70 knife with Damasteel? Oh, it's not Damasteel. That makes much more sense now.
So the one that stood out to me was I actually got one, just a basic one with the Tangy 10, but I think I forgot what the model is, but it's the little Elijah design front flipper. That thing with the black G10 and the stainless Damascus for like $90 was an amazing little gentleman's knife.
I have a picture of it. I'll send to the group. I really almost bought it, and if I hadn't, I don't know.
It looks like $1 million.
Gone back for it.
It definitely looks like $1 million, and those will be coming out at retail soon. A a lot of people who were asking me questions on the Instagram, they were like, when does that come out? How much does it cost? A lot of that stuff is just, like you go to a car show and then there's like a concept car or some sort of, or like SEMA where they have built like some crazy versions of existing automobiles. That's what a lot of that stuff is. Like, it's never going to come out. You're never going to be able to buy it.
The full Damasteel Timascus integrals with the carbon fiber inlay.
Yeah, those are design exercises to get people over to the booth. I mean, you may not even see a regular version of those knives. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely brought out all of the Damasteel and Timascus they could get for all of their integrals that may or may not even be released in said materials.
So, did you guys see the Damasteel and Timascus and Black Zircotai versions of the Eschaton?
Yes, that looked absolutely insane.
I renamed it with Elijah the Dreschaton.
Yes.
I thought I was very proud of myself on that. Which actually reminds me, I was supposed to come home with another knife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the one that got passed around to everybody, like when a rapper gets his chain stolen?
Yeah.
The horse crippler?
The horse crippler.
Every single person that attended that show has a picture with that fucking knife.
The horse crippler, yes. That's true.
I mean, it's incredibly cool. And
there were three of them.
The kind of knife you get your picture taken with.
It is. It is definitely the kind of knife you take a picture with.
There were three of them.
Were there really? I thought it was just one.
One was supposed to come home with me. That was the plan all along, this whole time, and they were sold from under Elijah's nose.
By we?
By one of the people working at the Wii booth, who shall remain nameless.
Damn, that's cold-blooded.
It was cold-blooded.
I mean, I would like to. I can't even imagine what they paid for at the show for one of those.
Yeah, I don't know.
700?
That sounds.
I think they were more than that.
I think, yeah, I guess 750 would be the minimum.
And my chances of
they're
getting
gonna
one.
be, when they do come out, they're going to be closer to 1,000, I believe.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, let me sit down.
Yeah.
I'm already sitting down, but.
Yeah.
Oh, I really thought I would be able to get one of those.
I think they're only going to make like 50 of them.
I thought I was going to be able to get one of those. Nope. Jesus. I get that it's a big piece of expensive steel, but like, wow. Yeah,
there's a lot of work on it too. I mean,
that is. Cool. I mean, it's like, it's one of the coolest fixed blades I've seen. But I just thought it would be cheaper.
Maybe when they do a small one.
No, but it's got to be in that size. That's the cool part.
I know. What did I say?
On Elijah's belt, it definitely looked like a sword. I mean,
he went to dinner with that on all the time.
It was wider than his waist.
Yeah. And he kept having to look.
Which is not saying much.
Like,
let's just put it that way.
Security guards, like, is that guy coming for me because of this thing on my belt?
It is.
I suggested that he do a much smaller one called the Horse Tickler.
You're really on a high right now. We're trying to rename his knives.
Right.
I don't know if that one's a home run.
Well, he's going to do the Horse Tickler.
Which is really funny because I went back and listened to the song Horse Crippler. It is, to me, unremarkable. Like, I like it.
Oh, my God. It's a mediocre death metal song. But
it's such a good name.
With the best name ever.
Yeah.
With the best name. Which, I have to tell you guys, I have a confession to make. The Horse Crippler is a type of cactus.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ha. Wouldn't have known. Knife News says it's named after us, so after our podcast episode, so.
Well, that's what
it
he
is.
named it after.
Yeah.
And we named it because it sounds cool, because it sounds like it would cripple a horse. But Drouth named it after the cactus known as the Horse Crippler, as far as I can tell.
Look at that.
But only because they didn't have the opportunity to name it after our episode, which had not aired yet.
That is true.
That is correct.
That is very true. Mm-hmm. We have that kind of influence.
The cactus does not matter at all in this situation.
Yeah, that thing got passed around everywhere. I'm actually surprised it didn't get stolen because I did see a few posts about stolen knives.
Did you see the picture I took with who the hell did I take a picture of it with?
Out with it.
my brain is a mess. Sean Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just looks so right with it.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool knife.
Yes.
Too bad.
He is a metal individual.
He is very metal. I got a watch too. I picked up my my Greg Stevens watch, and it was really funny. I was sitting talking to him for a bit, and he goes, "I didn't know you had a podcast." I was like, "Dude, my name was Knife Nuts Podcast when we talked about that." He was like, "You're right. I didn't really pay attention."
Yeah, and put two together, man.
He's like, "Yeah, I don't know why I didn't figure it out." But he's a really cool guy. He's been around the watch industry for a little while, and I was thinking of putting it to the audience to see if they would want to do like a little bit of a watch episode, or maybe a segment.
There's certainly crossover interest.
Yeah, I think so. But let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Greg said he'd be happy to come on. I think that would be fun.
That's cool. And then after that, we'll just switch completely to backpacks and just drop the knives.
I think we should do the backpack episode. I still haven't talked about it at length. Like I want to.
We have a backpack connection too.
Oh shit! Do we really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the backpack competition at Blade was
on fire.
It was heating up, man.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been happy with my Maxpedition, but like maybe I need to start taking a look at
it
other.
Outstaged the Balisong competition for sure.
Yeah.
How was the Balisong competition?
Apparently it was, as the kids say, fire.
That means it wasn't.
However, I did not get to see it.
You were not in attendance.
No,
it was.
They did it at the same time as the backpack competition, so I didn't get to see the Balisong competition.
That's fair. Very fair.
I did get to hang out with Blade Runner Systems, though. Always cool guys. Always a pleasure to see them.
Yeah, you get to see like most of our guests, honestly. There.
I'm kind of happy to have the Nova Blades collab. It's really been growing on me. I plan on beating the hell out of that knife. Maybe having Jake beat the hell out of that knife a little bit too.
Is it coming out soon? Because I feel like that episode was a little while ago now.
That is the next one to drop. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Got to get that out.
Yeah.
But should we broach some of the big news, for some of the big news stories from Blade?
Oh
The Sebenza 31.
Oh yeah.
Polarizing, to put it.
I mean, I just don't understand where all it's always been like a little bit of an evolution for them. It's never been like, here's our brand spanking new knife
that you've never seen before. Yeah, there was a lot of misplaced animosity, I think, towards it.
Definitely a lot of misplaced animosity.
Yeah, I mean, when you tag the maker in a post about how terrible you think their new knife is, don't be surprised when they run up on you at a Blade show. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
especially when you're making yourself a public figure in the knife world. It's always great when you got to do the double back on that post about how nice the people are and how bad
choices. But I commend them. I commend him for listening and understanding.
I mean, you got to learn eventually. We've talked about it like a million times on this episode, though, that it's not a big enough industry for you to be able to make noise like that and not really expect people to confront you about it.
Exactly. Like, regardless of how you feel about the product, you don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
But that is a staple of the knife world and a pillar of the community in and of itself.
Yeah.
You can't try and bury something and make it look like you're being Mr. Cool Guy.
Yeah, I don't think that worked, but it's a learning. I guess it's a stepping stone for everybody that, becomes a quote-unquote public figure in the knife world.
But as usual, great time hanging out with Tim Reeve, as always. Just an awesome guy. Even though I don't own a Sebenza.
Such a happy individual.
Just a great person to hang out with. I did get to handle and we played with all the 31s, and there are some significant improvements, like especially the pocket clip. I think is a really cool. They moved the positioning of the pocket clip. You can feel the chamfers. There's a little bit of a difference in the chamfers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get one with the natural micarta inlay. But
that'll be
they're apparently not going to be out till Q4,
yep.
Which is way later than I expected.
I was going to stay there and try and get in line and get one, but
there'll be a dime a dozen, by the end of the year. So
no, I think I'll wait.
Yeah. It's not like the few exclusive models I don't think anyone could afford that they had there, like that auction piece.
speaking of the auction piece.
Speaking of the auction, Levon's
So as I'm hanging out with
Levon's
Tim,
speed as an auctioneer was a joke. I think he spoke slower than usual.
It's too
Let
long being in
alone
the
trying
South.
to imitate the what was that, who was the fast talking commercial guy? Was it like Hot Wheels or
Micro Machines.
Matchbox? Micro Machines, yeah. He was nothing like that.
No, well,
It was a Tuch reference.
I've never auctioneered, nor did I expect to auctioneer.
How did you get roped into that?
The night before, Tim texted me. He's like, "Do you think you could help me with something?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
didn't even tell him what it was.
"Tell me what it was." So I was like, "I guess." He's like, "You gonna be in the pit tonight?" I'm like, "Okay." And he asked me if I would help him do this live auction thing, and I was like, "Okay, sure." So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what it was gonna be until I was there, and we just made it up as we went along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it generated enough money, so.
Yes, and a very happy guy who has it now.
I got a video of the whole auction. The gentleman standing front and center said, "I'm gonna win it," and then he won it.
This is one of these things where I guess you know if you can win because it's just, do you have a lot of money? Do you want to keep going?
Well,
I don't know if there's a lot of skill or luck involved.
Right.
Just dedication.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a Timascus frame Sebenza of any kind.
I don't think they've ever done it. So, yeah, it's certainly a collector's piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a market for it, but yeah, I think the 31 is a reasonable upgrade. I was just surprised by how negative people were being. I mean, not really surprised.
Why were you? You don't even be surprised.
Yeah, why should I be surprised?
People are terrible.
The hot take machine is at an all-time high right now.
That's right.
But here's where I'm a hypocrite. I don't know if I can apply the same rules to the ZT-0223 situation.
Okay, so I had some time to digest that design, and I think here's what I think. I think that the finish options are what ruin it. truly.
It doesn't help, but I would not say that is the only thing.
Okay, picture it with an all stonewashed or a working finish and a carbon fiber where the Tangy 10 is.
Yeah, it would definitely be better.
I think it would be passable, and actually, I think it would probably almost be good.
But yeah, I would say the reaction was unsurprisingly relatively negative. People did not like it, and this was compounded by ZT's reaction to the reaction. And one thing that's kind of curious that's brought up, point of discussion, is that they mentioned that a lot of the outcry just seems to be on social media and not necessarily anywhere else. And I was kind of thinking about, like, you know, in other hobbies, like maybe like the tech industry, you can have a bunch of weird people on social media, like on Reddit, talking about some product, like they want weird shit like an FM radio still in their phone. Like, who the fuck needs an FM radio? But you can find someone on the internet that say they want an FM radio on their phone.
That's true. 100%. You can find someone that...
with knives, the social media community might be the majority of the people who buy $300 knives.
I will say that this has been one of the more overwhelmingly negative reactions to a design.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, here's the thing. I find that a little weird because I've seen some pretty awful designs.
I mean, ZT always gets the brunt of it because they're such a big company.
Yeah, I think that's really
They're
what
such
it
a
is.
public-
It's just that
yeah.
it's so... you expect a lot. You expect a lot from them.
Yeah, they have a ton of, I think, sort of undue pressure on them. Because they're the flagship USA-made knife at this point. I would
None
argue.
of this is easy. Like, you know, you've got Tim Gallion who just returned, basically. And he's trying to make an impact with something a little different. And I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Everyone is secretly expecting another 777.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And that's a bit much to ask. Because for a production knife, that was about as good as it gets.
Absolutely. I don't like the knife, but I don't necessarily like the way they handled the criticism either.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
They're definitely doing the...
We've known that their social media guy is a bit of a hothead, so...
Yeah, they're taking the Wendy's approach. Like the Twitter savage. Like
it's not, though, because even the
not
Wendy's
really clever,
stuff, it's also clever and funny. And
it's kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Tongue-in-cheek, exactly. This is like someone that they hired their cousin, and he's doing an awful job.
I don't want to say they hired someone's son, but that's the rumor. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah,
you know what the biggest problem that I've seen with any sort of knife company or individual working for a knife company or it always gets misconstrued because people take things personally and then they ride on it, you know what I mean? So for example, like with Recon 1 too, like they're people, you know, they take a lot of abuse online for whatever reason, this that and the other thing, but that's because there's people on the other end that are very sensitive, and then they react by like blocking people or you know, something silly. And I use Recon 1 as an example but it happens throughout the entire thing, and people don't realize that. I think companies need to stop taking it personally and just let that stuff ride.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, because
I think they're not afforded that sort of ambiguity. Like, I'm sure Tim Cook does not give a shit when someone on Reddit is like, "Oh no, iPhones suck," but because the knife world is so small that it's just like, yeah, you have no anonymity there. That's what I meant to say. You have no anonymity, so like, I don't know. It's very front facing, everything that happens.
And
so
not
I get
to
it.
mention, these products are very rarely the product of a whole team of people. This is usually like one individual person's baby, and you know, even if it's a production design that's given over to a company, it's still a small group
just
of people
going around
make it
punching
happen.
everybody's babies, more or less. Yeah, it's rough. I'll just vote with my wallet and not buy one because I don't like it.
That's really all that comes down to.
It's not going to stop them from making it. Like, this isn't the Sonic movie. Like, they're not going to be like, oh, we're going to redesign it and then re-release it. Like, clearly it's close enough to production. They're going to make it. Just don't buy one.
And you know what? They're going to sell a shitload of them.
And I imagine the fit and finish will still be good. All I care about is that the quality isn't going down.
The prototype was rough. I gotta put it out
Oh,
there.
I did hear that, yeah.
Yeah, the prototype was rough.
That's also just kind of a head scratcher, like.
But that's also because it's a prototype, so who knows?
I don't know. It was tough, and they also released it. It's like kind of close to D-Day. That apparently rubbed people the wrong way. I don't know. I just don't think it went well for any party involved in that debacle. I just won't buy one. Novel concept, and it's not like I think ZT is getting worse as a brand in terms of quality, and that's really all I care about. Because do I really want to have to buy every single knife they come out with? No. I'd rather they have more I don't like.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You did get a Blade Show knife, by the way.
What did I get?
What did I get? I don't know.
Oh, the Antlock.
Yeah, you got yourself your Antlock.
I mean, I almost bought one off the website because, you know, I'm sick of waiting. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yes.
I think I've only been seeing good things about it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it might be the best made Italian knife.
That is something. I will say there were a bunch of Lionsteel. There were a lot of Lionsteel slip joints that I surprisingly found very interesting and attractive.
They were slip joints, so I let them lay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to spend like $200 on a Lionsteel slip joint.
I spent some time
You already?
No, it was like $100.
Yeah, the $100 ones there.
And it sits in my backpack, and I never see it. Sometimes I forget I own it.
It's because your backpack is so secure.
It is.
I went by the Best Tech booth and spent some time with Serena, who is, Adam's contact for any of his production knives and things like that. And they had a prototype there for this clip point knife. And she brought it out and she was like, look, that's the material we used for your knives. We had some left over, so we made one for a scale for this knife.
I will say... Go ahead.
It just looked awesome.
Yeah, Best Tech had a bunch of good-looking knives. The one with the thumb stud and the sort of drop point, I like that one. I think I'm going to get that one. And then, yeah, the clip point one looks awesome, too. And I did not realize that is the same scale material.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's pretty sick looking.
Yeah, gonna look good.
Yeah, good for Best Tech. They seem to have had a good show.
I also spent time with Kaiser. And shout out to Joyce. She is cool as shit. Just a cool chick. She's our contact there for Kaiser, and she's just a sweetheart.
Was David there, their usual presenter guy?
I didn't see David.
Oh, no.
To be honest with you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll have to look at Blade HQ's video to hear him.
No, I think it was Zach that presented
Oh.
Kaiser's stuff. But I will say the full carbon fiber Gemini with the inset liner lock looks pretty sick.
Yeah, some good stuff there for sure.
Yeah. Yep. I was happy about that one.
I was pretty much happy with a lot of people's showings, truthfully. There was not much there that I really disliked. And this is without getting over into the custom section, because there was so much cool stuff with the French makers, some really, really nice fixed blades, and that were reasonably priced too. Like, I've been on a fixed blade kick recently, so I was taking a look at a lot of that stuff and really was enjoying myself.
Did Spyderco have anything? I feel like they're the only ones I didn't see anything about.
Oh, did Spyderco have stuff? Okay. All right. So first off, I didn't get a chance to do it, but Alex, who actually listens, he's a Spyderco employee. He listens to the show quite often. He did confirm with me that the Poppy does exist, or did exist.
You and just you is excited to know that finally.
No, I had a couple people come to ask me if I confirmed that the Poppy existed.
I can vouch. He tried to get him on video admitting that the Poppy existed, or better yet, he tried to get Eric Glesser on video.
I only ran into Eric briefly.
You ran down Eric Glesser trying to get him to confirm
No,
the
there was
existence
no
of a
running
knife no one
down,
cares
My
about.
podcast co-host doesn't believe me. Eric, get back here. It didn't
but-
work out.
I can't believe
But
you ran
Alex
down
said
Eric Glesser.
Alex said if I came back there, he was going to get Eric to come out and do like a little video.
Wow.
But I didn't want to bother.
You want
anyway,
to believe.
Yeah, the Poppy did exist, but you know how they do like the whole secret area of all.
Oh yeah,
the
where you
stuff
can't
that
film anything.
We can't film anything, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, I would say, what's the deal on talking about that stuff?
We can talk about it,
Okay,
just like we talked about the Poppy.
that's true.
there
Might have gotten it
was
canceled.
there was a shaman in brown micarta and crew wear.
Pretty
That
cool.
was cool.
Yeah.
There was a mini version of the sabotage with
That's logical.
with a flipper tab and carbon fiber and stuff.
That sounds better probably in every way than the original.
Yeah,
it
I was
looks-
gonna say that
Because
that's
the one
probably
that was
thing
there as a custom, that was one of Nadi's customs, but that's what it will be based on.
Oh, okay.
There were several paramilitary 2s with wild blade shapes.
I can't even imagine that.
Okay, so Warncliffe
I'm sorry,
paramilitary
to see
2.
them.
That doesn't do it
Okay,
for me.
Warncliffe paramilitary 2. The Tanto paramilitary 2.
Nope.
Also not for me, but the one that was for me, the fucking Hawk build paramilitary.
Okay, yeah,
2.
that's cool.
Yeah, dude. It is the unholy union of the civilian and the PM2.
That's pretty cool.
It was badass.
That knife is going to be very not useful for the average person, but that's still really cool.
Yes. So speaking of non-usable for the average person, so you guys are all familiar with the Yojimbo or
Of
the
course.
Yoimbo. How about the Yojumbo?
Oh,
my
that seems
God.
logical. They're making a bigger one?
A huge version of the Yojimbo.
Oh, shit.
I
Yeah.
think just because they wanted to name something Yojumbo.
Well, actually, I asked what came first, and it was the knife, and then one of the guys called it Yojumbo.
Ugh. Do you work for Spyderco? Because that sounds like you. That's got
It
your
really,
name written
it
all
really
over
does, and that's why I liked it so much. Let's see what other things were there. There were some other things that.
And aside, it was very nice running into our friends from the Gun Collective,
Oh,
John and Genevieve, and Genevieve picked up a Yohimbo of her own.
Mm-hmm.
That was her.
Because she met, what's his name? The guy who designed the Yoimbo.
Michael Yannick.
Michael
Yannick,
Yannick.
yeah.
Yannick, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I think she got his autograph on the box of her Yohimbo, I want to say.
that's cool. I like how they went to Blade Show and bought an off-the-shelf production knife.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see the crossover. The more crossover,
Yes,
the better.
I agree.
Because they are gun people through and through, and they seem to have a lot of fun at Blade. So I was glad.
You know who had some great looking production knives coming out? Enrique Pena.
Oh my God, yes.
The
Those
little
were very
front
cool.
flipper, top flipper slip joint. Well, it's not slip joint, it locks, but and then he had the diesel the little diesel.
Also, I think I'm going to have my first Chavez with that 229, I believe it's called.
Oh, that's the new one coming out, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It looks pretty cool. I'm excited about that one as well.
Also huge.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fitting with his stuff.
Brian, what stood out to you?
Say again?
What stood out to you at the show, man?
Oh. I didn't get to see anything until it was over with. That's the bad thing about having a table.
Killer Steel bought the dagger from you as he was very excited.
Wait, yes, I noticed something was not on your hauls. What happened to the dagger you were going to buy?
There was...
complications?
There were complications. Well, not really complications.
Brian wouldn't sell it to you?
There was a discussion I had beforehand. And I said, if I'm going to buy a dagger, I kind of want it to be my dagger.
Boo. Putting it off.
Yeah, I don't know.
This could have been it.
You know what happens when that happens?
Yeah, you snooze, you lose. Sure, whatever.
Did you end up auctioning any of them, Brian?
No.
Oh, nice.
I didn't do any auctions. I came home with one, the Timasca chicane, the weird colored one.
That's my favorite one.
Because I didn't want to do an auction there. I just didn't feel like dealing with it, and I didn't do any auctions, any lotteries, none of that.
Okay.
And it's funny. Still the same deal with the lotteries. I had multiple. I'm probably talking 20 people come up. Oh, I always wanted to get one of these daggers. Is it an auction? No, it's first come, first serve. And they go, oh, and they walk away.
That's because it's the people that enter the lottery. They don't actually want to buy anything. They just.
I know. I just find it so funny.
That is bizarre.
This Blade Show 2019 was, I think, definitely the easiest way to get an arch nemesis dagger ever.
It sounds like it's pretty relaxed.
It was first come, first serve. They were
Jim Skelton
very reasonably priced.
Jim Skelton was there?
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about him lately.
He had his Riot debut, too.
I didn't know such a thing existed.
It's one of his fixed blades.
Okay.
The Warncliffe.
Speaking of, his most recent post is the arch nemesis. Speaking of polarizing figures, y'all run into Will Moon?
Yeah.
I saw a picture of him, so he was there.
Yeah, Will Moon approached me while at Aaron's table.
Dude, you got ran down by Will Moon?
Yeah.
That's how the podcast is going out?
Levon flexed his diplomacy muscles.
Boo.
Something.
No. Yeah, it wasn't anything. And honestly, I give him props for literally approaching. He didn't have to, you know what I mean?
He has a literal delusional level of confidence, so I'm not surprised that he actually came up to you.
He was very humble, I will say. And I told him, and it's similar to what I've said to other controversial figures. Look, it's just put up or shut up. At this point, you just gotta... If people order something from you, deliver it and deliver to the best of your ability. There's no way to do anything else. You just got to put your head down and do work.
I was just stunned that he was there, but I don't know.
Look, here's the other thing. I don't approve of what some other people have done, where I think someone threw a T-shirt at him that said "fuck Will Moon" or something like that. It's just attacking people like that in public it's a little bit it's in bad taste. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean,
you wouldn't have done that.
I would not. I also would not have. No. I just don't care enough. Is the thing. It's just
that's the other piece of the puzzle.
It's
if
really hard to bring myself to care.
Agreed. So that's the other thing. It's like if I'm not going to give anything any more publicity than that. You know what I mean? I'll give him the credit for saying something. He wasn't being a douche, but that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a Will Moon. I'm not promoting a Will Moon. You buy at your own risk, and hopefully it all works out for you.
Yep. That's the best way to go about it. But fun stuff. Should we get into the awards? I don't know if you guys have any comments about these.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I don't think I looked at the entire list. I did look at all the entries, and it was funny. I saw a lot of companies entering stuff from like a couple years ago. So
Slow
like
year, I guess.
So ZT had the 999 and the 888 both in the entry case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you enter more than one year? Is this not like the Grammys? Or it has to come out in that calendar year?
I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works.
Evidently not. But I mean, I guess we could start with the knife of the year.
And what a surprise! It's from Italy.
Hey, at least Lionsteel didn't win.
Remember, they're all one company now.
Oh, that is true. The knife cartel. Did you guys get the opportunity to handle the Radius, the overall knife of the year, and imported knife of the year?
I did play with it. It's cool.
I sadly did not.
It's cool.
It just opens around the pivot, it looks like, and then it locks. I guess, yeah, it's a novel. Is it like revolutionary? Is it knife of the year award winning? No, I didn't get that impression either, but I didn't touch it, so who am I to say?
You know whose I liked better, and I wasn't crazy about it in pictures, but Olamic's new stuff.
Oh yeah, we didn't even the Whisperer or something, the giant one, and then there's a smaller one.
So here's the funny thing they did with that one. It looks like something I would never like because it has like no blade length compared to the handle, but it still looks good. So it's like the first time I've ever seen like one with like such a weird blade to handle ratio.
Oh, the Whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper. Really cool knife.
It's a cool design.
Yeah, I like it.
The Warncliffe one looks pretty cool. Yeah, or are they all Warncliffes?
Yeah, I think they all are.
Yeah.
And the other one is cool as shit too.
The Soloist is very big. It looks like.
It's very big.
Yes, it's very great. Yeah, 9.75 inches overall. It's a big knife.
And the little thumb stud moving track is pretty cool. I mean, it's so simple. Like, I don't know how anyone didn't do that already.
Someone did do it.
Who did it?
I mean, okay.
You're talking about Rick
Before anyone
Hinder,
gets
where
mad
the
at me.
disc slid across the spine?
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Isn't it just an adjustable, let's see, adjustable custom thumb stud? Mm-hmm. Wasn't the one with the Hinder slip joint? Is you could...
That was the thumb disc that rode along the top.
This just rides in a slot on the blade.
Yeah.
Okay, they're different. They're different.
They're different. That's two different designs.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see them claiming they invented it anyway, or
no,
anything.
It's
it's not like they're...
Yeah, they weren't like making a big deal out of that either.
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah, we just,
I will say, whatever they did with the Rainmaker, I just like it so much better now. I don't know if it's the new grinds or something, but I never used to really like the Rainmaker as a design, and now I think it looks way better. The full flat grind actually looks really good on it. And then the harpoon, or the dagger for sort of bladed version. Something about the Rainmaker looks a lot better to me now. So
I always liked the Rainmaker, actually.
Yeah, good for you, Gene. Glad to see this.
Always good hanging out with those guys, too.
Yeah, they're very nice.
I got to handle a Mandera at the beg table, and I want one even more now.
Yep. I mean, it looks just as good as all the other stuff they've been making.
Yeah.
I had the displeasure of finding out after I missed it that Beg brought custom flashlights.
Oh God!
Semi-custom flashlights.
That's new.
They weren't. Okay, well.
They looked fancy and fantastical.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't made by Beg.
No, it was a collaboration with. Who was it?
Deadwood Custom Works.
Okay.
Because I'm on their Instagram right now. That seems to be it. I see it. It's very cool looking.
Yeah, those were definitely cool.
Absolutely. Did they have any of the kitchen knives from?
Yeah, absolutely.
Matthias. Cool.
They all look good.
Yeah. Good for them. They're doing well.
Yes, I'm happy for them.
I will point out, while Brian is away, the R.J. Martin Shirogorov looks beautiful. I mean, it just looks like a Q36. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it looks so perfect to me.
There were so many other cool designs at that table that I didn't really pay attention to.
I was always a sucker for the Q36, so this is just like perfect to me.
Son of a Critch ended up with that like Harlequin Q36. Levon, do you remember that thing?
Yeah.
Like every section of the knife was a different material.
I will say RJ Martin stuff. Some of the stuff that ended up on Knife Center from RJ Martin looks super nice. his Q36s, an S125V, no less. Like, I mean, they're like I think they're
Too
4 and
bad
6,000.
Benchmade did the heat treat.
Oh, no. What?
Just kidding.
Okay. Oh, topical. I get it.
See?
Yeah. No, they looked absolutely incredible to me. The RJ Martin stuff. And he won something from the clip, the most innovative thing, because of the recessed clip that seems to work differently than the one that Lionsteel did.
Basically, Brian failed.
Is that it? Did Brian end?
That's how that works.
Okay. That's yes, the rivalry.
Every time RJ Martin wins, Brian loses.
Yeah, there's a $4,000 Q36 on Knife Center right now with a carbo quartz front scale and then a milled tie lock. Very nice. I like it a lot.
That I like red carbo quartz.
Red carbo quartz I think looks really cool. I know it's expensive though, like really expensive.
Yes, I don't like it any other iteration. However,
yeah, I don't know.
Not that my opinion matters.
But he did win the most innovative design because of that pocket clip. I haven't seen a video of how it works. Yeah, I just assume it's better than the Lionsteel one. But okay, American-made knife of the year. Very pleased about this one. Microtech SOCOM Elite.
Oh yeah.
Literally the knife that we've been talking about. How much we love.
Did it win? For
yeah,
real? That's good.
Yeah, won American Knife of the Year.
I think it's kind of funny that an old design won, but that's okay.
A re-released old design, but old design nevertheless. I mean, I think it's a great knife, so I'm pleased that it won. I don't disagree with that it was the American-made knife of the year.
No, it's a very cool knife.
I think that
I love mine.
Most innovative American design, though, is kind of surprising.
Is it a head scratcher? What is it?
Para 3 lightweight from Spyderco.
No, I think that's pretty much an obvious.
Where's the innovation?
I was going to say it needed to win something. Innovation isn't the most obvious category for it, but I know that Eric did talk about the challenges of using the injection molded lightweight material, but still being able to nest the liners and have them, provide the right amount of strength and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe it's a behind the scenes.
In there.
Yeah, it's a behind the scenes innovation.
Maybe we're gonna have to count its rings and see what's inside.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think.
I do want one of those.
What should have won instead? I would actually have to really try and go back and think because nothing is jumping out because the Antlock is not American made. So, sure, let's let Spyderco win that one then. I'll take that back.
You know what American made knife I really liked and didn't get a lot of attention there is that giant SOG in S35 VN. I finally got.
Was that made in the U.S.?
Yeah, I think they're made in the U.S.
Big ass one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let me double check.
I would be surprised if it's made in America, but who knows? I will say that mentioning the Antlock, the most innovative imported design, I think should have gone to the Antlock, if you consider Europe, imported, because it went to the Wee Knife 037, which is just milled out heavily, and does the same.
I didn't understand why that one won.
And it did the pocket clip thing that Shirogorov did with the 111. Maybe the maker can explain to me how it's different from what they did, where they milled, and with the cannabis, where they milled into the handle so the pocket clip doesn't stand up. He appears to have done something very similar with the 037, and that it won most innovative imported knife. And I don't know if I agree with that.
Other random knife that I liked were Gerber's little ball bearing flippers.
Those are made in America. I'm pretty sure. So.
And those were pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I think the SOG is also USA made.
Gerber's just slowly trying to claw its way back into everyone's hearts.
They were good, and they were really pleasant too. I gotta say, they couldn't have been nicer.
I think they're very slowly trying to make their way back into people's radar.
Yeah, good for them. I thought it was cool.
The Bear Grill shit sold them a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Did no favors for their view in the enthusiast community.
And the pricing was good too.
I wanted to at least stick up for the Wii 37 because if you remember, they have had some way under the radar, really unique and innovative design. I don't know what construction designs in the past, and this one clearly with the hardware on the top.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
It's sort of I don't know. To me, I haven't really seen it in person, but I can sort of tell by looking at it that it's probably very similar to some of the really innovative stuff that I have seen in the past. So
Yeah,
maybe that one's worth counting its rings as well.
I actually, the more I look at it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
I do like that. Is a cool construction. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
I like the way
uses
it
that
looks
weird
for
wedge
sure.
thing. Levon, what's the name of the knife I'm referring to that the whole thing is held from behind, basically, where like a glass breaker would be. There's just that one piece of hardware with that weird wedge thing.
It's so hard because
yeah, the names.
Their names
absurd.
I know exactly the little chody one.
Uploaded.
Let's get Zelric on the horn.
Yeah.
I just uploaded a time lapse of Matt Critchley trying to disassemble or reassemble that knife.
The Valiant, the 717 Valiant.
And I was still talking about the way that was constructed, and still boggled that it never really got attention because it's really, really cool.
I think the rest of the knife is why it didn't get as much attention.
I know.
It's kind of Jodie Foster, but
Jodie Foster.
Yeah. That would be its. If it was an actress, it'd be Jodie Foster.
You're better at naming things than Levon now. Congrats.
Yeah, no, I think we definitely has had some creative construction for knives, so they deserved it eventually. So yeah, I just think the Antlock would have been nice if it had gotten some recognition, but we'll ignore that.
When you start your own knife show, you can give the Antlock all the awards that you want.
No, every single one's just going to go to Sebenza. Best Buy
21.
The Best
30.
Buy knife of the year, the CRKT CEO. I love Richard Rogers, so I'll leave it at that.
Is there a link? Do you have a link?
To that one specifically?
They're on the page.
Yeah.
Like after each winning.
Yeah, you can just click on the hyperlink. Look, Jake is ahead of you.
Hyperlink.
Where?
It's cool. It kind of looks like that really weird folding steak knife that Shun does, that most people probably don't know what I'm talking about, but
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It looks like that folding steak knife.
I do love the what are we gonna call that little pocket, that stepped pocket where the thumb stud rests when it's closed.
That is pretty
thumb
cool.
stud caddy.
Yeah.
The clitty sheath.
The clitty sheath.
Oh yeah, a little bean in there, and you flip
like
it just
it.
right, and then the blade comes out.
Yeah, I like that,
It's
Brian.
appropriate.
Thanks
job,
for
Brian.
jumping
Maybe you
out
should
on
start
that.
naming your own knives.
You win
I
You
this.
sound like you
Moments.
do a good job of it.
I kind of like that knife. I don't know why it won an award, but
Best Buy of the year.
because of the clitty sheath.
I don't know. Richard Rogers is
What's
nice.
the street price, like $20?
Oh, it's based on the Richard Rogers design. That's
Yeah,
what
MSRP is $50, it seems, on the website. So I imagine it's quite inexpensive.
All right, so here's the thing. I kind of want one.
I'm sure you could get one quite easily with the $30.
Yeah,
It's not a high asking price.
I think I'm gonna get one of these. It's
Go
the
for it.
closest I'm gonna come to a Richard Rogers anyway.
No, they're reasonably priced. You might be able to get one if you win a lottery.
Yeah, if I win a lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah, does Recon 1 carry them?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Shouldn't be too hard to arrange that.
No.
Investor Collector Knife of the Year is a Protech Warensky Brand masterpiece.
Same.
It's a lot of
nonsense
words.
as every year.
I am not in any way mad at this. It's engraved by Julie Warensky, which I think is Buster Warensky's wife, who's an incredibly talented engraver. So, how can anyone be mad at this?
Where's that at?
The link, just go to the fucking
What
knife
link,
news page.
dude? Where's the... Oh, wait, no.
Hyperlinks after every category.
I didn't get to the knife news page, okay?
You're a shitty A mic.
When you're ready to record this podcast, you just let us know.
Yeah. We're all just living on Levon's time.
All right, let's see. Where are we at? CEO. Okay, the Protech. Yeah. I did see that. It's very pretty.
By the way, I'm very quietly sanding something just for Brian right now. I hope he can hear it, and I hope it's driving him insane.
Who's the one drinking soup before?
That's
I heard that too.
I almost grabbed a yogurt to make fun of Dave's making
should've.
sweet love to that yogurt last episode. I do have some tea here.
Have you ever tried to eat yogurt quietly? It's not doable. Manufacturing Quality Award, Chris Reeve Knives, rescuing it back from the clutches of Lionsteel.
Good job.
Yep. Collaboration of the year. I definitely need to click on this one because I've never heard of it. It is a Swedish company in collaboration with
Say the words.
Iberia?
Say the words.
I have no idea.
Costrum Lars, Fault Lockback, Folding Knife, Curly
Thank you.
Birch, and Scandi.
Okay, yeah. See, I can't do the Swedish chef voice.
Hello.
I mean, it's cool looking.
I bet there's a very specific community of people who like this.
I don't think they put enough words on it though.
I like how the pivot screw looks like a shitty brass screw from that you get from Home Depot.
Yeah, big flathead in there.
That doesn't look like it should be used to hold together a knife pivot.
Guys, it costs 1,250 SEK.
Oh, Swedish kroner. Okay.
Yes.
That's sure, good price. Let's move on. I have no idea anything about that one. Oh no, now we're just kitchen knife.
How many kroner is it to $1?
Are you asking Siri or are you asking me?
You.
Let's find out. That is a $158 knife.
I'll pass.
I think I will too, especially, again, the brass screws really throw me off. And then it's just kitchen knife the year, so.
Can we talk about the kitchen knife thing? Like, every time I see the word apogee, I think of audio equipment, so this is not working for me.
Yeah. Why do they have... Why is the guy always wearing a lab coat? What kind of scientific experiments are they doing at the apogee factory?
That's a chef's coat. He's a chef.
That looks like a lab coat to me, man.
It's a lab coat.
What kind of experiments is he doing? Is he putting liquid paper on bees?
Maybe. Look at those blades, though.
I guess they look nice.
They look nice.
I can't find them on their website. That's the problem.
I just see them doing fun stuff like motorcycling and shopping for knives.
I had my own pick for kitchen knife of the year or kitchen line of the year.
I can't believe you actually have a pick for this.
Well, I just I spoke with KH Daily. I actually posted a little video on Instagram during the show, and his stuff just looked really, really nice. Dave, you would have appreciated the thinness of the grinds. And super nice guy.
I also handle some kitchen knives by Alex Civic's blade guy.
Yes.
What the hell's his name? He's got like 80,000 YouTube followers.
Yes. That one also looked very nice.
Evidently, I'm not one of them.
They were exceptional. I'm not gonna lie. They were pretty damn amazing.
And he was, wasn't he John Patton's buddy?
Yeah.
Gun Collective John.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
Yes. I feel bad I forget his name, but then again, when you meet 100,000 people in 2 days.
I think it's because he was like 12.
Well, that too. I do hate young people.
Yeah, you're definitely an ageist.
Hate the youths.
Yeah.
But that is it for production knives, and now I'm pretty much lost on these custom knives.
Best in show is Jimmy Dean. I mean, they are known
you mean
for
Harvey
their
Wallbanger?
They are known for their breakfast in the South.
I just looked at the picture of what I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says Harvey Dean.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Jimmy Dean.
I see what won, and yep, looks like it would win best in show. Looks really good. So I don't know what else to say about it. It's like on a tier that I will never get to of custom knives, of fancy custom knives. So congratulations, that guy. I haven't heard his name before, but Shirogorov won best tactical folder. I think that's not unearned. And then I don't. Someone will have to fill me in on. Did you guys see any of these? Did you guys see any custom knives? I feel like we haven't talked. We said a single.
I
thing
saw a
about
lot
customs.
of them. A lot of the French custom knives were amazing.
It's fair.
What's his name?
Standouts for me, Doc Schiffer's table. His son, I want to say Mike. I don't know. He's a relatively new maker. He's been, kind of studying under his dad, and had some nice match rails going on and some cool designs. Doyle
Philipe.
knives looked amazing as always.
Who?
Doyle.
Oh yeah.
We talk about this like yearly, and it's always like who, and then you see his work, and you're like, oh yeah. And I still scratch my head as to why
I
he's
just
not
didn't
more
hear you.
popular.
Yeah, no, he makes some nice, very clean designs. I like his stuff
They
too.
look fantastic.
Philippe Jourget's custom stuff.
Yeah, I think he's the new hotness, right?
I gotta tell you, like the stuff, it's pretty fucking great.
Yeah, Sikek Paris, or however it's pronounced, the Paris knife show.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like it's going to be the big bucks now.
I kind of want to go to that.
It's quite a destination.
I've never been to Paris, and I want someone to kiss me on the Eiffel Tower.
You love
it'll
spending
probably.
time
The
in
sad part is
airplanes.
it'll probably be Mark Begg.
Oh, that's not entirely inaccurate. Yeah, somehow the custom versions look even better than I
They
thought.
are insane. They are incredible.
Wow. Yeah. These are,
Speaking of insane and incredible, I did handle a Broadwell for the first time. Another one I posted a video of, I believe, and it was just madness. Just a giant fixed blade of glory.
a David Broadwell?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I just didn't see too much
mm-hmm.
about.
Sure, David. Sure.
Maybe David Broadwell is what comes to mind. It might not be the right one, but
Bill Rupel, the little.
It was on a table with fixed blades that didn't seem to go below $3,000 or $4,000. A lot of like Loveless original
okay.
examples and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's
very,
fair.
very, very fancy stuff.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, I just I don't know. I didn't see many people's customs hauls, so I'm kind of out of the loop as to what the important customs that were there were.
Aaron brought some new designs, some cool new customs.
Yeah, how did Aaron do?
I still can't remember the name.
Aaron did well. He had a lot of good stuff there.
Did you get to handle Matt Diskin's new production knife?
I did, and I'm really mad at Matt Diskin.
He would not sell you one?
No, he would, but he had told me that those protos were going to go on sale on Sunday. But when I got there, they were all sold.
I think he did that intentionally.
He did not do it intentionally. He didn't. I think he had a crew there, so the crew just sold them all.
Okay.
But they were awesome. They were really great.
Yeah.
Maybe he did do it on purpose.
Womp womp.
I just got to remember who my friends are. That's all. Not Matt
see.
Diskin.
I'm trying to think of what else was there.
Harvey Dean won Best in Show and Best Fixed Blade. Best kitchen knife in the custom section went to Doberman Forge, which I always remember because of my love for the breed.
Yeah, and there was Doberman
was
Forge,
nice.
and my watch is a GSD.
Yeah, it's
Did you get to
and the new puppy is a GSD.
Did you pick up Sam's new knife? What is it?
Yeah,
HEA Designs.
Yep. And I gotta tell you, I liked it a lot.
It looks really well made. It's cool.
It is. So here's the crazy thing about that knife, and I'm sure Sam won't mind me telling you at this point. Sam and I had a play date, I guess about, close to the beginning of the year. And he brought over literally everything in his pipeline and any prototypes he had going on, and just literally everything. And we just went through everything. We ate a lot of food and, that sort of thing. We had a good time. And he pulls out this integral. And I could see the potential, but there were some things about it that I were like, oh, I don't know. Because you could see that's a really polarizing design, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when he first brought it out, there were some things, including like the tallness of part of the middle part where the thumb rest goes, and he had the opening sort of segmented. So instead of being a nice clean opening in the blade, it was sectioned off.
Oh, okay. Yep.
There were also some other things, and there was things that I just said, like, look, this design, like, as it sits, is not my cup of tea, but if you do this, that, and the other thing, I think it might be pretty good. And lo and behold, he did literally everything we talked about, and I think it came out pretty darn good. And for an integral like that, I'd set $399. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's looks really, really well made. I don't particularly like the blade shape. I don't think it'll ever do it for me, but
the blade shape isn't, like I said, it's not.
He has a very unique design language.
But it's definitely good. It's definitely well done.
Yeah, he has he's very unique. His knives
If you
definitely
like,
don't look
if
like
you
anyone
like the way it
else's.
looks, you will be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, if you can get past that, I don't think you'll mind it at all.
Yeah. And I actually, in person, the second time, like, going around and playing, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I may end up getting one.
It's, yeah, cool for the people who do like it. I don't know if you guys got to see this, that Hogue had a new, not Axis lock, I don't know what they call it, but it has G10 that has copper in it.
I walked past the Hogue booth so many times and just didn't look at anything.
Yeah, I mean, they've been kind of producing the same models for so many years that it almost seems worth skipping because they won't have anything new, but they have a new knife coming out, and the copper G10 is pretty interesting looking stuff. I think it's going to be just as polarizing as the G Mascus is, but I think it's actually kind of cool. It looks kind of like crop circles.
Obviously, I'll check that out. I didn't actually see that. The fat carbon was very, very popular this year.
I mean, it looks really good. So people wear it into the ground, but for now, exciting.
I love that new Brian Ty design.
Which one? The tie.
Yeah, that part you're gonna get if you had
tie down
90% chance that was gonna be the right prefix.
Yeah, the tie down. I'm guessing that's it.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, he's got some fat carbon fiber on it.
It's cool.
It's an integral.
It was super nice. I liked it a lot.
I mean, what could I say? His stuff is just so artistic, but also attainable. Brian Ty is great.
I kind of want one of those.
Continues to be great. I wish he would just added maybe if you could find a way to add a D10 to the button lock.
Those feel way different, dude. They don't feel like the old Brian Ties. They have a D10.
Okay, because I mean, my first custom was a Brian Ty.
They snap open. They're really cool.
It looks, they look really, really nice. His stuff has always been very Art Deco, which I appreciate.
Yes, yeah, he's very Art Deco in himself. If he were still among the living,
that is, it is unfortunate that at least he got all these done before he passed away. But I am very impressed.
Someone told him that the running joke is that he's passed on.
No, who would ruin that?
Yeah, his wife laughed more than he did.
Oh, I hope he's not mad.
No,
he seems like such a nice guy.
I think he's just a Canadian gentleman.
He is. But yeah, I'm running out of blade
Dave,
show things.
I also wanted to thank you a lot for the awkward moment I had when I stepped in and finally got a close look at Herb Durr's work. And I saw at least one that caught my eye, and I was leaning in, like I was thinking, all right, I'm going to pick this up and have a conversation with Herb Durr, and I'm almost certain he gave me a very intentional, kind of turn away and fold his arms sort of thing. So I think someone also told him about the running joke, or
I guarantee you that did not happen.
Yes, I think we brought some attention to him. If it helps,
exactly.
We just thought he had a funny name.
Yeah, no,
great, very interesting
I'm not
looking
saying
knives.
he shouldn't appreciate the
Herb Durr still is in the dark about this whole scenario.
He looked directly at my ID, which had a Knife Nuts logo on it, 3 or 4 times, and then he physically turned his body in the other direction.
What Jake doesn't
I got
understand
a cold shoulder
from Herb Durr.
What Jake is completely unaware of is they're not looking at the Knife Nut sticker. We had exhibitor passes that said Aaron Frederick on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my pass was covered with a Knife Nut sticker.
And mine was too, but it still said exhibitor, and they were wondering who the hell you were.
Yours was off to the side, mine was front and center. Anyway,
yeah, no one cares.
I'm
going
to stick with Herb Durr hates us because of Dave, and it's Dave's fault.
I mean, I just saw his name on a list, and I thought it was an incredible name. That's it.
Also, his knives are good, so.
Yeah, Herb Durr can make some Damascus. I like Herb Durr's stuff.
Yeah.
I also am just trying to find excuses to keep saying Herb Durr.
Herb Durr.
It's so much fun.
Another resurgence in our hobby. Speaking of which, of weird names and funny sounds, South Park was funny again for some reason.
I thought this had something to do with knives.
It did, because we were at Blade Show, and it was in the night. Jake.
What?
Jake, tell them.
Levon.
Were there very obvious sex workers again this year?
Oh, yeah.
We had that
No,
situation?
not nearly as many, though.
Oh, wow, they really cleaned up
they
the
were
act.
they were
New owners.
They were just more
was
expensive.
shopping. I was genuinely shopping and couldn't find one.
Did you guys see the flyer that was going out, like, sell knives directly to rich Asians at a show in Hong Kong?
Oh, my God.
I mean, it is very direct.
Any rich Asians want to buy a Chris Reeve Shirogorov collab, hit me up. People tried to buy that out of my hands before I left.
I don't think you'll have a problem finding a Chris Reeve collector who wants it.
No, they were all telling me in Armenian, don't take those offers, so I didn't take those offers.
Wait, do you speak Armenian?
Enough to know what they were telling me.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was just pure luck by which you won that.
Yeah, who knows?
Luck and sheer determination.
Yeah, man. I like how no one can be happy for me. It's just it's
I
amazing
mean, we're
how that
happy
is.
for you when you win other lotteries.
No one is. It's okay.
Levon,
I did very much rain on your parade when I found out that was the Chris Reeve
total shit
collaboration.
show. And I had your knife already, and I was like, I don't know. Should I give this to him?
I just thought it would be something else, man.
A little douchey. Didn't know what to say.
I just thought it was going to be something else. I had in my head that they were making a Russian Sebenza, and it was just going to have like contoured, milled out scales and all the ridiculous finishing that Shirogorov does. That wasn't it. You can see where there was always a gulf in my mind from reality and expectation.
I can understand.
I very much thought it was going to.
That's why they didn't tell anyone.
I kind of get why they did that, because I think people like me would have expected exactly what I just described.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, either way, it's good. I like it.
It is.
I wish I could keep it.
I think the horse crippler is still the knife I want most from everything I saw.
The horse crippler is one of my largest loves and disappointments from the show, and only disappointing because I expected to leave with one.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, the horse crippler is definitely like arch nemesis, the sequel.
It's
for Levon.
Yeah, that's the white whale.
It's more whale-like than the.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's like getting a knife from Brian, but it's
still
just
never getting it.
And
Did you guys stay out in the
just disappointment?
Did you guys stay out in the pit late, or were you guys?
I was
relatively
there
tame?
pretty late.
Everything
on the
was
first
late.
night. I was there pretty late.
We slept. Well, Levon slept about 3 hours combined
The
throughout
time
the
we were
whole
there,
weekend,
and still
I
managed
slept,
to get bitten by bed bugs.
That is
and
the
I
best
slept
part.
2 more hours than he did, maybe 3.
But don't forget your back to the hotel recharge that occurred midday.
Yes, and it worked nicely. I got a very long shower and got out feeling way less gross.
Are there any exciting Knife Nuts collaborations on the horizon? Do you do any schmoozing?
There was a lot of schmoozing, and I'm not going to say anything at the moment.
All right, that's fair.
There are things in the works.
Yeah. You know what we need to also do is, do we need to give away a knife?
Oh yeah, are we giving away a knife this time?
The Mastrop Orca, I think we said last time that we're going to give it
Oh
away.
yeah, should we give that away?
We should. That is a great idea.
Oh man, Jake, you want to do the honors again since you did such a good time? Good job last time.
A good time.
Good time.
Maybe we recorded this too close to the end of Blade.
Yeah, I'm actually delirious still.
This is always how it is.
I really regret deleting that spreadsheet.
Blade.
I wonder what Jake's doing right now, because it doesn't sound like he's getting ready to do anything but maybe sand.
Well, little did you know, I'm already on random.org and I am ready.
This episode of the Knife Nuts podcast is brought to you in part by PVK Vegas. PVK has been selling knives on the internet since 1996. They are the largest Microtech dealer in the United States, specialize in automatics and balisongs, and have a strong selection of high-end customs. Visit their showroom on the Las Vegas Strip a 5-minute walk from the USN show.
And we're back. Okay.
Oh man,
I
feel
have
refreshed.
I have our list of people. We're ready to give away this Mass Drop Orca.
This is a pretty. Let's just review.
Yeah,
what
I was gonna say let's talk about this knife
is.
because it's quite nice.
So it is an Eric Ox design, and Jake's house is collapsing. That's what's happening.
Madness.
Let's okay.
Oh, you know what? I can handle this like Brian. Shut up there! Oh, they didn't like that at all.
Maybe that's what you got to do, Jake, is start being, a little bit more assertive as a father.
I'm gonna let Night Ninja massacre the PJ Masks! Now they're screaming.
All right, well, let's just mute Jake for a minute while we talk about this knife.
Okay. Hold on. I've got to regain composure. Right.
All right. So yeah, the Mass Drop Orca has marbled carbon fiber scales, purple titanium liners, a Timascus pivot collar, a detailed marbled carbon fiber backspacer. This is all from memory, by the way. I'm not reading anything. Timascus pocket clip, and a grinder satin finish blade. And it is made by Riot.
It is a nice one.
It is pretty damn good.
Yeah. This
And
might be...
it is the purple
very,
hardware
very
version.
nicely made. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be
It's
the most
very
valuable
good.
knife we've given away.
Yeah, retail is somewhere over $300. So
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. I hope we made this
Somebody's
definitely
day.
worth it. Yes. So I have got the list of names. Jake, if you want to generate a random number.
All right, give me the max.
We're going 1 through 12.
Generate. The result is 7.
All right. Jose... I'm not going to say his last name because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Canseco.
Yeah, Jose, you won. All right. Congratulations, Jose. Thank you for...
Just go ahead and DM me on the Instagram with your address. I have a lot of knives to send out. I have our Instagram giveaway for the Kaiser Domine I have to send out. The last episode's winner for the 2 Surge knives, I got to send those out. This guy and a couple other things. So I'm going to go broke just by sending stuff out via USPS.
Yeah, and we're going to go even more broke once the Primordials are out. Which
Oh, God.
hopefully is, in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we think we're still on track for the end of the month, so that seems good.
No information to the contrary so far, so
Nope.
that's pretty sweet. Looking forward to those.
Mm-hmm.
Those should be
I also
very
want to say thank you to everyone that approached Brian, Jake, and I at the show to show their appreciation for the podcast. It was insane. Like, seriously, thank you guys so much. It's we always wonder like how or why we keep doing this, and you guys continuously affirm the fact that we should and do. So thank you very much.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there, but in spirit.
Yeah, Dave, you
Appreciative.
had nothing to do with it, but it's okay.
Keeping
And,
an element of mystery.
Special shout out to Chase, to Knife is to Life, who printed out. He had a shirt with like every logo of all of his favorite makers or podcasters or whatever, and he went and got signatures, hopefully on every one of them. I don't know if he got them all, but yeah, great meeting him, and huge fan of the podcast. So
A huge thank you to our sponsors as well.
Yes.
Jeremiah at PVK, you're always a great dude. I always enjoy hanging out with you, and thank you for everything you've done for us, as well as Joyce over at Kaiser and everyone else that works with her and at Kaiser. We thank you so much for all your support.
Absolutely.
And Aaron for all of the fantastic video content.
Aaron for just being Aaron. Also, a special
trash
shout out
panda
to
himself.
Meat Pants for just being a lovely human being. too.
Yeah. There we go. That's the best. That's the best. The best way to end it is to shout out Archibald Meat Pants.
Archibald Meat Pants for the win.
He is our hero.
Archibald Meat Pants!
He is truly our hero.
Archibald Meat Pants!
Wow. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be back very shortly with another episode. We hope you enjoyed this post-Blade wrap-up. We could tell you we're already kind of tired. So
yes, give us content to talk about.
Let us know what you want to hear about on the next episode.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
Blade's over, so it's going to be a little while before shit starts popping off
anything
again.
Yeah, everything's going to be boring from here on out.
Yep. So, fill the
Take
gap.
it easy. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Don't sound too excited.